Hello, how are you? I'm a little tired. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is on March 1st, 2024. It's sunny and Friday. How are you spending Friday? Are you excited for the weekends? Do you have a plan for weekends? Or do you have nothing to do during the weekends? Or whether it is on weekends or weekdays, doesn't matter for you. How are you spending Friday? Are you going to have a quick drink with your coworkers or friends after work? Are you going to somewhere after finishing your school or work? Do you have a day off on Saturdays and Sundays? Or do you have to work on Saturdays and Sundays? Instead of that, do you have a day off during the week? Maybe Monday? Provided that we could move as fast as the speed of light, what would having a travel to the space would be easier. Providing that we could move as fast as the speed of light, the travel to the space would be easier. Mm. Provided that it rains tomorrow, the event will be called off. Provided it rains tomorrow, the occasion will be either postponed or cancelled. Providing it rains tomorrow, the event will be either cancelled or put off. Provided I could restart my life again, I would study more. Providing I could restart my life again, I would put more effort in my study. Provided you could restart your life again from the start, what would you want to be as your profession or occupation? Providing you could restart your life again from scratch, what would you want to be as your occupation? Provided I were rich enough, I would have foreign trips frequently. Providing I were rich enough, I would shop without hesitation at all. Provided I were rich, I buy the things I need for my work without hesitation. Providing I were rich, I buy the tools needed for my work. Provided I were rich, I buy tools, high-end tools needed for my work. Providing I were rich, I buy sophisticated state-of-the-art tools needed for my work. Provided I were 2 or 3 years younger, I would apply for the position. Providing I were 2 or 3 years younger, I would apply for the position. Provided I left my house only 5 or 10 minutes earlier, I could have reached the destination in time. Providing that I had left my house only 5 minutes earlier, I could have arrived at the train station in time. Suppose I had left my house only 5 minutes earlier. I could have caught the last train. Supposing I had left my house only 5 minutes earlier, I could have caught the first train. Providing I had left my house only 5 minutes earlier, I could have caught the last train. Provided that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have caught the last train, and I would be at home now. Providing that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have caught the last train. Hmm. Provided I climb the mountain and reach the summit, can I see the city view? Providing that I climb the mountain and reach the top of the mountain, can I see the continent of the country? Provided I climb the mountain and reach the top, can I see the clouds under me? Providing I climb the mountain and reach the top, can I see the sea of cloud under me? Provided I reach the summit of the mountain, can I see the sea of clouds? Provided I climb the mountain and reach the summit, can I see the sea of the clouds? Sea of clouds, sea of clouds. Provided I climb the mountain and reach the top, can I see the sea of clouds? Providing that I reach the summit of the mountain, can I see the sea of cloud under me? If you are lucky, yes, but not all the time it is promised. If you are lucky, you can come across sea of clouds under you, but it does not always appear. Provided I left the bar. Provided I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier. I could have called the last train. I could have called the train. I could have called the train. Provided that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have called the last train. Provided that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have called the last train. Providing that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have called the last train. Provided that I had left the bar only 5 minutes earlier, I could have called the last train. Provided I study a lot from now on, do you think I can pass examination? Providing that I study so hard every day from now on, do you think I can pass examination? Provided we dropped into the black hole, what would happen? Providing that I dropped into the black hole, what would happen? My parents promised me to buy me the video game on the condition that I would study for at least 1 hour every day. My parents promised me to buy a video game on the condition that I would get a perfect score on the test. My parents promised me to buy me a video game on the condition that I will get a perfect score on the test. My parents promised me to buy me a video game on the condition that I would get perfect score on the test. I lent my friend the video game on the condition that he will return it to me by Friday. I lent my friend the video game on the condition that he would bring it to me. He would bring it back to me by Friday, but I haven't got it back yet. What happened? I lent the video game to my friend on the condition that he would bring it back to me by Friday. The head of the political party was allowed to give a speech through the media on the condition that he would not refer to the severe problem, delicate problem, delicate matter. Hmm. On the condition that I come back by 5 o'clock p.m. I was allowed to go out and hang out with my friends. On the condition that I limited the time for playing video games up to 1 hour, I was given the game console and the video games. I was bought some video games on the condition that I would play them up to 1 hour at the most. I was allowed to play video games on the condition that I would limit the time up to 1 hour at the most on a daily basis and no play during the examinations. They either signed a contract on the condition that he would get 60% of the benefits from his work, and the other would be given to the agent. The talent signed a contract on the condition that he would get 60% of the revenue from his work and 40% to the agent. The talent agreed on the contract on the condition that he would get 70% of what he have earned and 40% to the agent for managing him. The talent agreed on the contract on the condition that he would get 65% of what he have earned and 40% and 35% to the agent for managing him. The talent signed a contract with the agent on the condition that he would get 70% of what he earned and 40% to the agent, 30% to the agent. The talent signed a contract with talent agent, on the condition that he would get 70% of what he would earn from his work and 30% to the agent. The patient was allowed to eat some sweets on the condition that no more no more than a piece of cake could be eaten. The patient was released from the hospital on the condition that he would not have a tense exercise for a time being and stay at home silently, peacefully. The patient was finally released from the hospital on the condition that he would not engage in hard training or exercise for a time being. The patient was at long last released from the hospital on the condition that he would not have a tense exercise for a while. The employee can get the bonus on the condition that he is present at the workplace without any absence at all until the due date. The temporary worker working in the company can get a kind of bonus on the condition that he meets all of the requirements described as follows. The points could be got on the condition that the consumers would meet all of the requirements described below. The 10% coupon can be obtained on the condition that the consumers meet all of the requirements described below. The concert was allowed to be held on the condition that half the number of guests would be allowed to be housed to prevent the virus from spreading. Holding the event was allowed on the condition that the host of the event limited the number of guests to a quarter of usual numbers. Holding the event in the hall was allowed specially on the condition that the host of the event limited the number allowed to enter the facility up to a quarter of the full size. Cheering up on the customer seats was allowed on the condition that they would wear masks at all times. Cheering up from the seats in the stadium was allowed on the condition that they would wear masks at all times. The video game was bought for the student on the condition that he would study hard every day. He was allowed to play the video game on the condition that he would limit the time for playing the video game up to 1 hour at the most. The kid was allowed to play the video game on the condition that he would not play longer than 1 hour. The kid is allowed to play the video games on the condition that he will not play longer than 1 hour. The consumer could get the book for free on the condition that he would return his opinions and what he had thought about the contents to the publisher by the deadline. He could get the book for free on the condition that he would return his opinions with 4 pages of A4 paper to the publisher. He could get the book for free on the condition that he would return what he thought about the book to the publisher with A4 paper with 4 pages by the deadline. He could get the book for free on the condition that he would send back his essay to the publisher by the deadline. He could get the book for free on the condition that he would write his essay about the book and send it back to the publisher by the deadline. Take warm clothes and some food and drinks before you climb the mountain, in case you get hungry and so cold. The temperature drops as low as 10 degrees at the summit, so please be careful. The son sneaked out of the house to get alcohol, in case he would awake his parents. I left my house 30 minutes earlier than usual, in case I should be late for the workplace for the important meeting with our patrons. I left my house 1 hour earlier than usual, in case I should be late for the important meeting, for fear that I would be late for the important meeting, lest I should be late for the important meeting. Should you meet the person, please give this to him. Should you come across a celebrity, could you take the picture with him or her? Of course, you have to ask if it is possible before taking the pictures, okay? Make sure to switch off all of the switches. Make sure to turn off the heater, air conditioner, or other electrical devices in case your house get fire. Be sure to turn off all of the switches before leaving your house in case your house will get fire, should get fire. Be certain to turn off all of the appliances before leaving your house in case you should waste your electricity bill, utility bills. Be sure to turn off all of the appliances before you leaving your house in case you should waste utilities. Be sure to turn off all of the switches in your house in case you should waste utilities. Please copy your passport in case you should drop it. Please have a copy of your passport in case you should drop it. Please have a copy of your passport and credit card in case you drop them. In case you should drop them. Please have enough breakfast in case you would get hungry later. In case you should get hungry later. For fear that you should get hungry later. Lest you should get hungry later. I usually prepare for anything, half as much again as others, in case I should make a mistake. For fear that I should make a mistake, lest I should be late for a mistake. I usually prepare too much, in case I should make a mistake. For fear that I should make a mistake, for fear I should make a mistake, lest I should make a mistake. In case 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 I should make a mistake. I usually prepare too much. In case I should make a mistake. I will let you go out as long as you come back by 5 o'clock p.m. The kid is allowed to go outside and hang out with his friends as long as he comes back by 5 o'clock p.m. when the sun is starting to set in. He lives in my heart as long as I remember. He still lives in my heart as long as I remember. You are protected as long as I keep an eye on you in the department of the company. So long as the food is kept in the freezer, it will last a month. So long as it is kept in the freezer, it will last 3 days. It will last about 3 days. So long as it is kept in the freezer, it will last about a week, as long as it is kept in the freezer. As long as you follow the rules, you won't be punished. As long as you pay attention to the lessons carefully, you won't lose the credit. you flunk the subject. It is not a difficult task. As long as pay attention to the lecture, as long as you pay attention to the lecture, you won't flunk the subject. You won't flunk the subject. You won't flunk the subject. You will not flunk the subject. You will not flunk the subject as long as you pay attention to the lesson every time. Each time. As long as you pay attention to the lecture each time, you will not flunk the subject. So long as it's sunny on Sunday, the event will be held on schedule. As long as you put an effort, your effort will bear fruit. As long as you don't give up, I'm sure your dreams will come true. As long as you don't stop pursuing, your target will be met. I think so. I think your target will be met. Your target will be fulfilled. As long as you don't stop. I'm sure that your target will be fulfilled. As long as you don't stop pursuing. As long as you don't stop, I think your targets will be fulfilled. Your objectives will be fulfilled, met. As long as you follow the rules, you won't be punished. As long as you leave your house at 7 o'clock a.m., you won't be late for the workplace, with some exceptions. As long as the staff exists in the booth, you have to pay at the booth. As long as we are alive, we have to breathe in, breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. The plants do the opposite. Plants breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. Good for our breathing, breath, life. So long as the identification card is valid, you won't be rejected from entering the facility. So long as the visa is valid, you can stay there. As long as your visa is valid, you can stay there. As long as we are alive, we have to breathe to live. I won't buy the product as long as it is discounted to half the price. I won't buy the product as long as the price is the same. I won't buy the product as long as it is the same price. I won't eat lunch at the newly opened restaurant as long as the congestion is relieved with time. I won't eat lunch at the newly opened restaurant as long as it is super crowded. I presume, I suppose that your targets, objectives will be met as long as you don't stop pursuing. I suppose your objectives will be met, fulfilled. As long as you keep pursuing. I presume your dream will come true as long as you keep burning, you keep pursuing, you keep doing effort, you keep putting a lot of effort in it. I predict your purposes will be fulfilled as long as you keep pursuing, you keep putting a lot of effort. I'm sure that you can pass the national examination as long as you keep studying. I'm certain that you can pass the national examination as long as you keep studying. So long as you keep studying. So long as you keep studying. So long as you keep doing a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort in it. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as, so long as long as, so long as, so long as, so long as long as, so long as, so long as, so long as, so long as long as, so long as long as I remember, so long as I remember, as long as I remember, so long as I remember, so long as I remember, so long as, 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 so long as. So long as long as, so long as long as, so long as, so long as, so long as. So long as long as, so long as, so long as, so long as, so long as. So long as long as long as, so long as. So long as, 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 so long as. I'm not so tough as you. I'm not so tough as you. I'm not so tough as you. I'm not so good at making people laugh as you. I'm not smart as you. I'm not as smart as you. I'm not so smart as you. So long as, so long as. So long as I remember. So long as we 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 remember. As long as we remember. My mother promised me to go to the amusement park as long as I finished the homework by noon. My mother promised me to go to the shopping mall as long as I finished the homework by noon. I'm sure you were objectives will be met as long as you keep pursuing. I'm certain you can pass the national examination as long as you keep studying. I'm confident that you can pass the national examination as long as you keep studying. So 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 long as you put a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting a lot of effort. So long as you keep putting effort. So long as you keep putting effort. So long as you keep putting an effort. So long as you keep putting an effort. So long as you keep on putting an effort. So long as you keep putting an effort. As far as I know, he is not involved in the accident. As far as I know, there is a souvenir shop underground of the facility. As far as I know, there is a souvenir shop on the first floor of the building. So far as I know, Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan. So far as I know, Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan. So far as I know, the height of Tokyo Skytree Tower is 634 meters. So far as I know, Shinano River is the longest river in Japan. So far as I know, Lake Biwa is the largest lake in Japan. No other lake is as large as Lake Biwa. No other lake is larger than Lake Biwa. Lake Biwa is larger than any other lake in Japan. So far as I looked around, I couldn't find her. So far as I consulted through the internet, that's what spot sounds very interesting. As far as I looked into the city through the internet, it seems the second largest city in Japan. So far as I checked the information of the city through the internet, the city seems to have the second largest population in Japan. So far as I checked through the internet, Mount Fuji is an active volcano and last erupted about 300 years ago. So far as I ate lunch at the newly opened restaurant, I didn't have to wait in the queue. I was lucky, maybe. So far as I ate lunch at the newly opened restaurant, it was normal, including the price, taste, atmosphere, attitude of the staff. Everything was normal, or beyond normal, a little bit, a little bit. So far as I checked the price for the round trip ticket to the destination, uh, it was approximately 20,000 yen with the economy class, of course. So far as I checked the price for the round trip ticket to the destination, it ranged from 30,000 yen to 70,000 yen according to the airlines I take, and of course the different choices of the seats, including economy, business, first, and so on. As far as I checked through the internet and comparing some other airlines, the round trip ticket to the destination ranged from 30,000 yen to 70,000 yen according to which airlines you use, and of course the difference of the seating class. So far as I checked the price of flight ticket, round trip ticket to the destination, the price ranged from 40,000 yen to 100,000 yen according to which airlines I use, and according to the seating class. As far as I browsed through the directions of how to operate the machine, it didn't sound difficult. It didn't look difficult. As far as I looked through the instructions of how to assemble the furniture, it looked very easy. As far as I see through the instructions of how to assemble the furniture, it looks easy. Maybe I can assemble it without any help on my own. As far as I look into the instructions of how to assemble the furniture, it seems easy. As far as I took the examination, 60 minutes was too short to answer all of the questions. So far as I took the examination, 1 hour was too short to answer all of the questions. Now, as far as I took the examination, 1 hour was too short for me to answer all of the questions. So far as I took the examinations, 1 hour was too short for me to answer all of the questions. So far as I use the service launched recently, I felt it very confusing. They need to integrate all of the features into 1 or 2 spots. Simplifying it is maybe one subject they should work on. So far as I heard the news from the media, I cannot understand it. I cannot make heads or tails of it. So far as I got the service, it didn't have the value for money. So far as I got the service, it didn't have, I think it doesn't have the value for money. So far as I bought the highest class of the appliance, I think it doesn't have the value for money. We should buy, it's better to buy middle or lower classes of the product. So far as I compared three different cards, I prefer the one with hybrid. So far as I compared three different cards, I prefer nothing. So far as I compared three different cards among the new recently released in the three different uh, automobile companies, I prefer the one with hybrid. So far as I know, Mount Fuji is the highest mountain. So far as I know, Shinano River is the longest river in Japan. So far as I know, Lake Biwa is the largest lake in Japan. So far as I bought and used the highest rank of the product, it doesn't have the value for money. So far as I used the highest rank of the product, it doesn't have value for money. So far as I use the highest rank of the product, I think it doesn't have value for money. So far as I used the highest rank of the product, it doesn't have value for money. As far as I have used the highest rank of the product for 1 year, I think it doesn't have value for money. So far as I know, so far as I know, as far as, so far as, as far as, so far as, so far as, so far as, come so far, so far as, I've come so far, so far as, 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 so far as. So far as I looked into, the city seems to be the second largest city in Japan. So far as I checked the flight tickets, 20,000 yen was the cheapest. So far as I checked the round-trip tickets to the destination, 50,000 yen was the cheapest. As far as I checked the round-trip ticket to the flight destination, 50,000 yen was the cheapest. But there might be cheaper one. Who knows? So far as I checked the round-trip ticket to the destination, 50,000 yen was the cheapest. But there might be cheaper one. So far as I checked the round-trip tickets to the destination, 60,000 yen was the cheapest. As far as semiconductor is concerned, the person A in the department has the most knowledge about it, on it, regarding it, with regard to it, in regard to it, with respect to it, in respect to it, in relation to it, related to it. As far as computer is concerned, he has the most knowledge about it. As far as amusement park is concerned, he has the most interest in it in the department. As far as amusement park is concerned, he is going to rent an apartment next to the amusement park because he is very passionate about visiting the place. He is even thinking of building a house, erecting a house inside the park if it is allowed. He is even thinking of having a house in the amusement park if it is allowed, if he is allowed. As far as public transportation is concerned, I prefer trains to buses because I easy to get motion sick. As far as public transportations are concerned, I prefer train to bus. I prefer to take trains than taking buses. I prefer to take trains rather than to take buses. As far as video game is concerned, I used to play as long as 10 hours when I was in my teens, which I regret. We had to regret to say that the flight has been cancelled. We are regret to say we are regret to inform you that the flight D7777555555 had just been delayed. We are sorry to inform you that the flight has been just cancelled. As far as autumn leaves are concerned, my favorite tourist spot to see enjoy autumn leaves is secret. I won't tell you to avoid congestion. As far as sakura or cherry blossom viewing is concerned, have you been to Chidoriga-Fuji Park to enjoy cherry blossom viewing? As far as sakura is concerned, have you been to Japan? As far as sakura is concerned, do you know how long the full blooms will last? As far as sakura or cherry blossoms is concerned, do you know how long the peak will last? Do you, as far as sakura is concerned, do you know how long the full blooms will hold out? As far as sakura is concerned, do you know how long the peak season, the peak will hold out? As far as sakura is concerned, 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 do you know how long the full blooms will hold out? It was so beautiful a day that I couldn't resist visiting my friends. It was so busy a day that I didn't even have time for lunch. It was so transparent water that I could see fishes swimming in the ocean. The seawater was so beautiful, so transparent that I could see fish. So I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was so transparent water. It was so transparent water. It was so transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was so expensive an apple that I couldn't afford to buy it. It was so expensive an apple that I couldn't buy it. The apple was too expensive for me to buy. The temperature was too cold for me to swim in the sea. The flight ticket was too expensive for me to buy it. The flight ticket was too expensive for me to buy it. The flight ticket to the destination was too expensive for me to buy it. The flight ticket to the destination was too expensive for me to buy it. It was such lovely weather that I jogged along the beach. It was such lovely weather that I ran outside and took a shower later. It was such lovely weather that I ran along the beach. It was such transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was such transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was such transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was such transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was such lovely weather that I ran along the beach. It was such lovely weather that we enjoyed picnic under the sakura tree. It was such transparent water that I could see fish swimming in the sea. It was such transparent water that I could see fish in the water. It was such lovely weather. It was such lovely weather that I ran along the beach. That I ran along the beach. It was such lovely weather that I ran along the beach. That I ran along the beach. It was such lovely weather that we enjoyed picnic under the cherry blossom trees. Unless you need the toy, I will throw them away. Unless you need the toys, I will get rid of them, because they are taking up much space in our room. Unless you need the documents, throw them away. They are stacking up and taking up much more space in our house. Unless you require the documents, you should throw them away, because they are taking up much space in the shelf. Unless you need documents, could you throw them away? Could you remove them? Could you let go of them? Could you let go of them? Because they are taking up much more space. The shelf is being occupied more and more by unwanted documents. Unless you maintain the machine regularly, as far as directed in the instructions, it will break down immediately. Unless you maintain your car properly, it will break down easily, in no time. Unless you take care of your health, you might come down with a nasty cold. Unless you take care of your health, you might come down with a nasty cold. Nasty cold. Unless you follow the rules, you might be ruled out of the team. Unless you take the medicine as you were directed by your doctor, the symptom might get worse. Unless you take the medicine as directed by your doctor, your symptoms will not improve, or it might get worse. Unless you take the medicine as you were directed by your doctor, the symptoms won't be improved, alleviated, relieved, cleared, cured. The medicine cure you of your headache. The medicine cure you of your headache. The medicine didn't cure me of my headache. The medicine didn't cure me of my headache. The sad news discouraged me from going on a trip to the destination. The sad news discouraged me from doing effort. The sad news discouraged me from pursuing my dreams. Unless you take the medicine as you were directed by your doctor, the disease won't be improved. The disease will not be treated well, properly. Unless you take the medicine as you were ordered by your doctor, your disease might get worse. Even though it was on Monday, my beautician opened it only for me. Even though it was on Monday, my beautician opened the hair salon only for me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I really thank him. I really thank him. Even though it was very cold in the middle of winter, I witnessed some surfers surfing on the ocean. Even though it was in the middle of winter, I found some surfers surfing on the ocean. Even though it was very cold in winter, I witnessed some surfers surfing on the waves of the ocean. Even though it was in January, I witnessed some people in the sea, swimming in the sea. Even though it was in January, I witnessed some people swimming in the sea, swimming in the sea, swimming in the sea. Even though it was in the end of January, I witnessed some people swimming in the sea, swimming in the sea. Even if you are criticized, don't get even with them. Even if you are treated very well, no, even if you give special services to someone, don't accept the returns. Even if you give special services to others, don't expect the returns. Who issued the commands? Who issued the commands? Who issued the commands? Command. Command. The commands issued by the head were disregarded by everybody. The commands issued by the Prime Minister and had a tremendous effect on the soldiers. Command. Who issued the commands? You are to obey every command issued by the head. You are to obey the commands issued by the head. You are bound to pass examination. You are bound to pass examination. You are bound to succeed in the business. You are bound to succeed in the business. I took the train bound for Tokyo Station. I'm on the train bound for Narita Station now. I'm in the train bound for Narita Station, Narita Airport. A demonstration was held to claim against the regime. A real demonstration was held to claim against the regime. I watched a soccer player collapsing during the game. I don't know what happened to him. The minute my mother opened the door, the domino collapsed. The minute my mother opened the door, the domino collapsed. Our 2 hours of effort collapsed. Your business is bound to succeed. Your business is bound to be successful. Your effort is bound to bear fruit. 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 Your dreams are bound to come true. Your objectives are bound to be fulfilled. Your objectives are bound to be fulfilled. Your desires will be bound to be fulfilled, met. The mission is bound to be fulfilled. The mission is bound to be met. The mission is bound to be met. You are bound to succeed in the business. You are bound to succeed in the business. You are bound to succeed in the business. I'm sure you are bound to succeed in the business. I think you are bound to succeed in the business. I suppose you are bound to succeed in the business. I presume that you are bound to succeed in the business. I predict that you are bound to succeed in the business. 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 It is bound to stop raining in 1 hour. It is bound to stop raining. It is bound to stop raining. It is bound to stop raining in 1 hour. Let me believe. Believe me. Believe in me. The bus is bound to be delayed as usual. The bus is bound to be delayed as usual. I am bound to make a mistake in public. I am bound to make a mistake in public. I am bound to forget what I have learned in public. I am bound to forget what I have learned, memorized during the examination. I am bound to forget what I have learned during the examinations. As many as 1 million visitors are bound to visit the facility every year. A total of 10,000 tourists are bound to visit the country this year. More than 10 million tourists are bound to visit the country. Consumption consumption taxes are bound to be increased to cover miscellaneous expenses in the future, maybe. Consumption tax is bound to be increased more. Consumption tax is bound to be increased. Consumption tax is bound to be boosted. more and more products are bound to be discounted in the end of the year. More products are bound to be discounted in the end of the year for sale, on sale. More products and merchandises are bound to be discounted in the end of the year on sale. More and more shops are bound to have sale in the end of the year and the new year. The shop is bound to have a sale in the end of the year, and I will buy the one I wanted to buy. More shops are bound to have a sale in the end of the year. You are bound to succeed in the business. You are bound to succeed in the business. The medicine is bound to take effective in 30 minutes. The medicine is bound to come into effect in 30 minutes. The medicine is bound to be effective in 30 minutes. The medicine is bound to take effective in 30 minutes. The medicine is bound to come into effect in 30 minutes. Cherry blossoms are bound to be full bloom in early April or end of March, according to the places. Cherry blossoms are bound to be at their peak in early April or end of March. Cherry blossoms are bound to be at its peak in early April. Sakura is bound to be at its peak in early April. Your dreams are bound to become true. Your dreams are bound to come true. Your dreams are bound to come true unless you stop pursuing. Your purposes are bound to be met unless you stop pursuing. Your objectives are bound to be met unless you stop pursuing. The mission is bound to be met unless the project team stops pursuing. Your business is bound to succeed. Your business is bound to be successful. Your business is bound to be successful. You are bound to succeed in the business. You are bound to succeed in the business. Your dream is bound to come true. 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 The country was included in the member of the Allies. Allies assembled in the capital of the country to discuss how much sanctions should be put in the country for violating the United Nations resolution. Five allies are to discuss the matters in the capital of the country. 6 allies are to assemble in the capital of the country to discuss the matters, problems, troubles. Ally. Six allies assembled in the hotel or the convention center to discuss the matters and to put and voted to put sanctions on the country A for violating the UN resolutions. Ally, 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 allies, allies. The country B condemned the country A for imposing sanctions on them. The foreign minister of the country B condemned the country A for imposing sanctions on them. The country A built invasion into the country as threat beyond the line. The country A regarded the invasion into the territory without permission as the threat beyond the limitation, beyond the cross, beyond the line, red line, and said responding accordingly. Violation. The driver of the car was fined for the violation of speed limit on the expressway. Resolutions. I made a resolution to get up 6:30 a.m. every morning. I made a resolution to get up at 6:30 a.m. every morning. No resolutions have been made yet against regarding the matter. No resolutions have been raised regarding the matter yet. The resolutions were unanimously approved in the United Nations. Resolutions were unanimously approved in the meeting. All of the countries rarely vote to approve the resolutions. All of the countries belonging to the association voted yes to approve the resolutions. All of the countries in the community voted to approve the resolutions. Nagoya was ruled out of the state of emergency somehow. Nagoya was ruled out of the state of emergency somehow. I haven't ruled out stopping by the shopping mall in the itinerary yet. I haven't left out stopping by the shopping mall in the itinerary. We still have to think of it. The member was ruled out of the team for violating the rules. The member of the club team was left out of the team. The member was ruled out of the team for violating the rules. The member was left out of the team for violating the rules. I hope no civil war will break out. I hope no civil war will break out. I hope civil war will not break out. I hope that civil war will not break out. I hope that civil war will not arouse. I hope that civil war will not arise. I hope that civil war will not come about. Rule out, leave out, rule out, leave out. Rule out everybody being late for the meeting in time. Rule out everybody under the passing rate. Leave out everybody under the passing rate. Relentlessly. The examination rules out everybody under the passing rate. Relentlessly. Ruthlessly. Relentlessly. The panel rules out everybody under the passing rate relentlessly. I hope no civil war will happen. I hope no civil war will break out. I hope no civil war break out. I hope no civil war will come about. I hope no civil war will arise. I hope no civil war will arouse. Some vestige of the colonial period under the country still exist in the tourist spot. Some vestiges left during the colonial period of the under the country still exist in the country. Some vestige from the colonial period under the country A still exists, still remains in the tourist spot. The Prime Minister of the country declared the state of emergency in back 2020 to stop the virus from spreading, to prevent the virus from spreading. Are you also afraid of the colonial period under AI or robots? Are you also frightened of the colony under AI or robots? Are you also scared of the colony of AI or robots. With the development of new state-of-the-art technologies, the Earth might be the colony of AI and machines. The university student got a job so that she could be independent of her parents. The university student changed her ownership of the phone from her mother to her so that she could be independent of her parents. What is the definition of the republic? What does the economy function in republic? What does the economy function? How does the economy function in a republic? What is the definition of a republic? How does the economy function? How does the economy function work out in a republic? How does the economy function in a republic? How does the economy function in a republic? How does the economy function in republic? How does the economy function in a republic? Republic, republican, republic, 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 republic. How does the economy function in a republic? How does society function in a republic? How does the society function in a republic? Republic, 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 republic. How does the economy function in a republic? Is there a pension system in a republic? Is there insurance in republic? I don't know about republic at all. So how does the society function in a republic? Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.